Can you hear me?
I hear you, brother.
All right, can see me. Can we hear me? Am I freezing up on you? Good deal. Looking good, man. I see you standing up tonight, Edwin. Welcome, everybody, into the Inside Edge National Coaching Call. We're glad that you guys are here tonight. It's Wednesday. Will, fill, and refill. Skill and refill. It's time to refill a little bit, right?
That's right, baby.
So, Edwin, you're standing up. Tell me what you got going on tonight, man. I see you standing up there. I saw you golf club. And what do we got going?
Yeah, I'm going to be a stand-up coach forever. You know, I started standing up, I think, Monday this week because you and I, we're on the move all the time, but we're also sometimes we might be sitting down. I do a lot of this, right? And so it feels so good, right? All that release on your spine. It's healthy. Somebody told me, Michael, you could get a stand-up desk and an ability to walk on the treadmill all at the same time. Now, that's pretty cool. That's multitasking, baby. I might do that. Yeah.
Can you walk? Can you walk and chew gum? And can you do this?
You can do that and coach, man. Let's go. Hey, it's going to be a great time tonight. Looking forward to being with you, brother. And I will follow your lead. I'm ready to go, though, man.
All right, good. I just want everybody to understand. Live by design, baby. That's what this coaching calls for you guys. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. We also have some things and some topics we want to coach on tonight, too. You can see in my background, I've already been working on my Christmas village. Lily and I put it up every year. And we got this big room that we repainted, and I'm going to turn it into my office here. And here in a while, we haven't decided what we want to do with it. So it's Wednesday. Everybody take a deep breath. No matter where you're watching this, we might be later on. I know we got people on from our YouTube channel, which is live. I know we got it on our Inside Edge, which is live. But this national coaching call is for you guys. If you have any questions, like I said, pour into you, make it about you, and we're going to give it our best shot right here. I do want to say that today is Friday's Veterans Day, right? So we want to thank all our veterans, and I got a little tie-in for that, Edwin, and then I'm going to let you, rip on it. I know we didn't talk about this, but I say this probably multiple times a week. I have several different things that we do. We've got really great people involved with what we do. But in honor of Veterans Day, I say this several times a week. You don't build a business, you build people, and people build the business. I know you've heard me say that forever. We picked that up from we actually got a picture. I need to post that with the guy who said that back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name though right now. But think about that for a second. So we got a picture of a statue. Somebody made a big old statue of a dude that said that. And he was very, very, very influential, great guy. But you don't build business, you build people, and people build the business. But we don't go into depth of what that means and why I love that quote so much and why it validated so many things the first time you told me that, Edwin. I've got a gentleman that works for us still to this day. I have a labor company, and what that labor company does is we put contractors, transporters, office people into an auction industry. And we've had, we've got over 1,000 people that come through our doors. But my 00001, my first person that ever worked with me 20 years ago, his name is Jack Kilgore. He is inside the Edge. He's a member of the Inside Edge. He's been with me 20 years. He is a Vietnam vet, decorated veteran. And I got to tell you something, man. I didn't have to – this guy's poured into me just as much as I've poured into him. He is an amazing dude, man. And I know eventually he'll see this. Jack, I just want to tell you again, while everybody's listening, thank you for your service. And let me tell you about this dude. I just want to tell you a little bit about him. So he rolled up on the very first day, and I put him to work. I had 6 people. Now, we've had 2,500 people working for us a year a lot of times. He was number 1. I had 6 people. He's been running my number. He's been our number 1 general ever since. He's been with us 20 years, and he's been ran over. He's been shot. He's been ran off the road, literally shot at on my job. This guy has, he's worked relentless. And he is like Cal Ripken Jr., man. He never misses a day. I can tell you, in 20 years, he's missed less than 5 days. One morning, he got ran off the road, and his truck got ran up on this rock, and he was limping all at work. And I said, what happened? He goes, oh, man, this guy shot at me last night. And I was like, go home. I had to make him go home. This dude is tough as they come. He's a veteran. He is our #1 guy. Will be with us as long as that company is around, man. I really want to tell you, Jack Kilgore, who, well, you guys give him a shout out. He's a member of the Inside Edge. He's been there. He's seen us grow, and see us have a lot of good, a lot of great times, and a lot of good memories, Jack. So I want to tell you, Jack, we appreciate you, brother. Happy Veterans Day coming Friday. I would tell him to take off work, but he ain't going to do that, because it's a fact, though, man. You don't build a business, you build good people, and the people will build the business. The culture that he and I were able to build with Brandon, my brother, and other people that are involved in that, because it's been such a good culture, we attract those people. And those people really build the business because they're great people, right? We just let them run, and then we put the process, procedure behind that, and we lay out the foundation and let them go to work, Edwin. So I know you know Jack. I know you're going to see him.
Yeah.
And he appreciates you for sure.
Hey, man, what a great tribute to a loyal friendship, right? A loyal partnership. And it's a testimony to what we're all about, right? The mindset of a champion. You know, what you heard there to our audience, you heard gratitude, right? You heard an expression of gratitude. You heard appreciation. When people feel appreciated, they'll do a lot more, right? The number one missing thing in corporate America and in small businesses isn't how much money people make, although we want to get as much as our value is worth, right? It is to be appreciated, to be acknowledged. You know what? That is not something, and this is what I love about Michael, that is just, you just roll up and get entitled to, man. You earn that, right? And Michael, I said this to somebody today, man. I'm going to hand it right back to you, and then let's just keep going tonight, right? Any questions our audience has? We got a big announcement tonight. It's a big night for us, right? But my grandfather told me a long time ago, man, I was talking to somebody today. Edwin, it's not what you say, it's what you do. Man, that's Texas and that's North Carolina. That's America, right? What do you say, brother?
Hey, man, I'm telling you something right now. You think that, and people discount that so much, Edwin, because people say, oh, it's not what you say, it's what you do. Yeah, but sometimes people feel like they're not being heard and they're not validated because, man, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing it. I'm doing everything every day. But they don't get the validation. They don't get the short-term data boy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to keep doing it. I mean, you keep doing it. Here's the deal, man. You want to raise, you go out there and work your butt off. As my grandfather told me, you work your butt off because the guy you're working for might not even be the one that gives it to you. Somebody's going to see you doing a great job. Somebody's going to come in and give you that raise. They're going to give you that up. And you're right, Edwin. It's not about the money all the time. It's about feeling like you are adding value and doing well when you talk about when you go for those things. And I got so many stories of that, of people that have came in, worked like crazy, and moved on. They're doing other jobs now. They're running their own companies, but they started out with us, and we gave them an opportunity. They went on and made good for them and their family. And it really is about gratitude as well, because I got a little story I'm going to share with you about gratitude as well. But if you lead with gratitude, you can't have a bad attitude. I mean, you can't be in a bad mood. I've heard you say this before, Edwin, many times. When you just be grateful, go back to your gratitude list when you're really in a bad mood and see if you can stay in a bad mood.
Brother, I coached 9 people today. And they are all in the mortgage industry. And we all know what's going on right now in the building and the real estate and the mortgage industry. For 2.5, 3 years, these folks, well-intended, highly professional, were serving people and helping people. But it was like picking up apples off the ground, right? Now they're having to climb a tree to go grab an apple and fight with 4 other people for the apple. Their world has shifted big time. And exactly what you just said is that, man, is you got to stay focused on where you're going. And it's a great segue, Michael, to a great event we're announcing tonight. We teased it last week. and there's going to be a lot of specifics that'll be on our website and other places beyond this. But December 15th, man, you and I are coming together once again in a great state of Texas, in Dallas, Texas, right? In Arlington, man, you give us all the details. It's going to be the 15th, that which is a Thursday, and we're going to work with you, a very select group of people. So it's being announced here first, to be able to go out and design your 2023. If you don't design your 2023, it will design you. And we want you to have, man, you said it earlier, it's overstated. People say this and it sounds like a lot of hype, but why not now? Like, why not this time? Why not now? Because this is what's in front of you and I and our entire audience, 2023. We've come through an unprecedented pandemic. We've come through the shift after that. I'm more excited. I want you to know this. I want our audience to know this about 2023 than any year I've ever approached. Any year I've ever approached. And I want to give the audience 5 words tonight, Michael, and I'll hand it right back, right? Sequentially, because we got to move from good intentions to execution. In 2023, you and I, every entrepreneur, everybody will see this, everybody in the Inside Edge, everybody will see this repurposed later, needs to recognize these 5 things. One, that as you design your 23, and Michael and I talk about this all the time, it is a process, which means it's a journey. It is not an event. You got to recognize that, number one. We're going to show you how to move through vision, design, focus, which brings clarity, how to implement and execute from 2 guys that have gone through trial and error. You won't find anybody in America that can bring our practical application and our true life experiences, being successful and failures in a lot of different industries and a lot of different things, what we can do together in Dallas, Texas. That's what's going to happen. And that's what our Inside Edge audience gets to experience first and sign up for first. Michael, vision, design, focus, implement, and execute. We got a lot of special stuff coming up, and that's going to happen on December 15th, right there in the Metroplex in Dallas,
right.
Texas.
You know, vision, design, focus. 1%, 3% of Americans have goals. 3%.
Right.
This is like, you're going to come to this and you will learn. You're going to educate and validate, like we talk about everything else. And now we'll fill up this event, I think, within the Inside Edge people. I'm not sure if the way we filled the other ones up, I'm not sure if this is going to get to the public very, very far. But by the time you get into town, we're going to be locked and loaded. But you guys, when you sit down, what does your 23 really look like? And everyone said, if you don't design your 23, if we don't take action and take control of it, and just, this is some of the stuff you've heard before. It's about goal setting. It's about designing your life. It's about a vision. 3% of America have goals. 1% write them down.
Mm-hmm.
Just by coming to this event, you can become part of the 1%er. And Edwin said, it doesn't leave here. It is a path forward. It's still connected to us, and being able to hold yourself accountable with accountability people, like-minded people. I mean, I got realtors, Edwin, like you said, right now we're coaching. I mean, you're coaching tons of mortgage people. I'm coaching realtors. That space has been really strong lately for us and attractive because of the uncertainty. I'm telling you right now, guys, whatever you do for this year, after Thanksgiving on, it's time for you to take care of the family, get involved with the holidays, but you got to look inward and you got to find out, which right here on my book right here, it says, what do I want in 23? It's on every day, every single day. What do I really want it to look like, me personally? I've been thinking about it, and I go through my routine, and I'm going to explain how I've shifted that here just for a second. But what do you want your 23 really to look like? What does it need to look like? I mean, I'm sick and tired of home resolutions, and I'm going to do great in 23, and all of a sudden get crickets from so many people that hang out with us. I get crickets after that. I spend time with them. They do it. Well, Edwin, this right here, this path that we're going to give you is an opportunity for you to become a 1%er when you do that. Now, what does it look like? Gratitude. Every single day, do you guys start your day with gratitude? What does your day look like? That's what I'm trying to say. What does your day look like? Well, now that I get up pretty early, I always have, but I wasn't always like that. And then, but I know that the way you start your day is pretty intentional.
Yes,
and I think there's so many of us start out with good intentions, but we don't stay intentional.
Yeah, three things, man, that I focus on before. Here just a little tidbit you're going to get more of in Dallas. People unfortunately, they let rabbit holes control their day. And the number one gate opener for rabbit holes is they start their day once they start their work day. We've just become indoctrinated that we go to our computer, open our computer, get access, and we check our email. And anything that might take us off course, we've now left our win list and we've moved down rabbit holes. So how do you become more intentional? You said that, Michael. Move from intentionality. We're all full of intentionality, but the busyness of the day distracts from our ability to execute. So what we're talking about is how do we move from good intentions to execution, right? And I said, we've been getting so many comments on our podcast. Let's plug our podcast for a minute, Michael. Where can you go and see our podcast, and how can anybody in our audience tonight watch one of our podcasts? I want to read a quote I said recently on our podcast, and you made it even better. Okay, go for it.
Podcast, you can go to Michael Ray Newman on YouTube, or you can go to iTunes, or Spotify is the best place, because Spotify, you can subscribe to it, you can listen, or you can watch the video now because it has a video on it. So any of those places. And YouTube, we also put a lot of little 1 and 2 minute snippets we're starting to post those every day now, because the podcast comes out weekly. Tomorrow night, another one will launch. We launch it inside the Edge here, and then we do it. There's more content on YouTube and Spotify. And that's Kevin E would be mad if I didn't say KEPX Live.
There you go.
That's good.
So I made a quote recently about we did a podcast entitled "Talent is Overrated." Right? We've had so many people from all over the world really reach out to you and I and go, "Man, that really resonated with me." Right? So you and I have some fun, and then we set it up, and then we really get into the meat of it. I read a quote from, and I want to reread it for our audience tonight because it ties in to Design 23. How do you win in 23? Peter Drucker, who's the father of modern management, said this: "There seems to be little correlation between a man's effectiveness and his intelligence, his imagination, or his knowledge. Intelligence, imagination, and knowledge, they're all essential resources. We all have them. Like Michael said it, we're all gifted, right? Our level of giftedness varies, but we're all gifted. You, me, Michael, everybody gifted, right? God gifted, okay? But by themselves, they only set limits to what can be contained. In other words, we have a role, right? And the sequential order that Michael and I are going to give you, really drill it down, is it starts with a vision. And there's nobody better in America, I think, than taking the canvas and doing what Michael does. I'm not going to give that to you tonight. You got to come to Dallas to get it, all right? But vision, right? But once you've got vision, now the pen's in your hand and you get to design it, man. How freeing would it be if you could feel like you could design your 23? Hey, while we're at it, let's design your 24 and 25. Let's start thinking in 3-year segments, right? When we start doing that, we come back and revisit because it's a journey. Our focus. It's like going to the eye doctor and they do the little deal, right, Michael? You and I both wear glasses. So probably here, you and I have to go, whether we're supposed to or not. We might not show up when we're supposed to, but ultimately, we have to, they keep going, right? Is that a little better? Is that a little better? Right? They tighten the focus. When we got a tight focus, guess what, baby? We can implement. And that's the big miss. We implement. We take action. Not perfect. Michael, you would love this. I got to give you this quick segue on implement. Coaching this guy, full transparency, is not my favorite guy to coach. Okay?
You better be careful, man. Some of these people are inside the Edge. I know.
He knows it. Yeah. Very smart, very bright, but everything, he's perfect, not started, right? And so I said, hey, tell me again why this great idea, right? And he said, well, it's got to be. And then he said something else. I said, wait a minute. You almost said it. Say it again. He said, what do you mean? I said, you almost said it. Say it again. He said, I don't know what you mean. I said, perfect. You almost said it's got to be perfect. What do you say about perfect, Michael? What's better than perfect?
Finished is better than perfect. As a matter of fact, it's never finished. We never arrive, E.
Yes.
Finished is better than perfect. You've got to get it out there. We talked about this last week about I've seen regret and what it looks like to close friends, lovers, brothers and people that I loved ones and everything else. Finish is better than perfect. And that's what this event is designed around, is putting a plan together, making it look great, just like my old budgets when I was 20 years old and I'm going to have plenty of money. And guess what? I never had plenty of money. But I have to evaluate those budgets. I have to keep looking at it. And you're going to have something to go back to with. This is what people don't have. There's 1% of America that write their goals down. They write those goals down, but there's nothing behind it. Where's the meat and potatoes? Where's the process? Where's the procedure behind it? That's what we're going to give you then, guys. We're going to give you that and be able to move forward. And of course, we give it to you here in the Inside Edge over a time, but this is going to be one concentrated day, small groups. We're going to bring you guys in. I'm going to launch it tomorrow. I just got a text message from Kevin E saying that the new podcast drops in 10 minutes on YouTube tonight. So as soon as we get off here, we're going to have the podcast going live on the Michael Ray, our YouTube channel, Michael Ray Newman, the Inside Edge, Spotify Inside Edge. We're going to have an Inside Edge for you guys here that are here tonight in our coaching call. And then on Spotify and iTunes, as always. So I know Kevin E's kind of got our back on this one and paying attention to it. So check that out. Get that. And here's something else we talk about, Evan, and I want to give them you talk about gratitude. We talked a little bit about it a while ago. You start your day a certain way, and your gratitude list is on there. You go and some people and I've heard, this is why I'm saying this, because somebody goes, man, dude, you get up this early. You do this spiritually, mentally, and physically, and you pour into yourself every morning. I was like, yeah, and I've said this before, but I wasn't always like that. Matter of fact, when I was running my hardest, I wasn't doing those things. I was working till I passed out, and I was up working when I started. I wasn't living a balanced life. We were in a building mode. It was a different season. I've had to evolve into that person that I can take a step back and be grateful. And I do write down 5 things I'm grateful for every day. But here's what I found myself getting into, Edwin, and this guy asked me this recently. He goes, yeah, but what do you say you're grateful for? Oh, yeah, I'm grateful for my house, my car, my family, my wife. I know, I get it. I'm grateful for those things. We need to go a little bit deeper, and that's what Design 23 is about. Yeah, I'm grateful for those moments of me being able to spend with my 30-year-old when they were 5. I'm grateful for that, that Christmas morning when the kids were real little and it was fun. I'm grateful for the moments, those stackable moments, Edwin. I'm grateful for what my granny did with me, my pawpaw did, and what my dad. So if you want me to say, oh, put your gratitude list, put 3 things you like. I'm grateful for my businesses. I'm grateful for the people that work for me. I'm grateful for those things. But go a little deeper. And it's those experiences that I've been able to have with my wife. It's the good things that I'm grateful for, and some of the failures too. I giggle now because we don't lose, right? We win or we learn. So I'm grateful for those things. So that just gives you guys an idea of, we talk about a lot of things: reset, restructure, refocus, relaunch. But and Edwin, you do great when we do a deep dive on our Mindset of a Champion virtual training of what those things mean. We're strategic about how we break them down. And gratitude is something that I think people say, oh yeah, I'm grateful. I say it every morning. I'm grateful for this. But let's go deeper. And that's what we're going to do on the 15th of December, is we're going deeper. And you guys will walk away with a serious plan and the user guide and everything that comes with it too.
Yeah, Michael, I heard you say this, man, in so many ways. A lot of wisdom in that. You said an in-depth look always reveals more than a casual glance. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to take an in-depth look at what your 2023 can be for yourself, your family, and if not now, when, man. Michael and I, more than anything, if I could just close on this and Michael take us home, is our introspective of appreciation for being present in the moment and getting the most out of what we have in front of us, right? If not now, when? If not now, when? And There's a lot of opportunity in front of us individually, collectively, collaboratively. And what's incumbent upon us, not only for ourselves, but for the people that are behind us, man, that we go design our best 2023. I really believe this, Michael. You and I have lived a lot of years. We've had a lot of fun. We've done a lot of things. I think this next year is, in my opinion, humble opinion, one of the most critical years for this country. And I believe that we leave our legacy based on our intentionality and our execution and designing our 23. And this is not something that Michael and I are looking at as an event, man. We want you to come because we want you to see life the way Michael and I see life. And if you do that, man, you experience joy. And that's it. Bottom line, man, joy. More joy solves a lot of issues we have, brother.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I want you to go. We really just are sincerely appreciate you. We want you guys to be with us. And as we move forward, there'll be other opportunities too. But Edwin said it in that little phrase right there. If not now, when? And I want to add one more thing. Why not you? And why not now? Because people are, oh, well, I don't deserve it. You deserve it, man. God did not put, like I said last week, God did not put you here to suck. He did not say, oh, you're going to be great. You're great. Oh, you're going to not be. Man, our best years are in front of us. What season are you in right now? What season do you want to go into? And how do you want it to look? You can control that, guys. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping in. Check out the YouTube podcast. The podcast is dropping right now. Inside the Edge. Play hard, have fun, and make it count, guys. This is your year. See you later, bro. Thanks.